I moved to a new town where I don't know a single soul, except for my brother. Despite being the cool person that I am, my brother has some kind of reluctancy to hang out with his little sister. So instead of waiting for the day that somebody can join me to explore my new area, we're going solo, starting now, in hopes that by the end of this video I'll feel a little more connected to my home. Cue the montage. Wow, I love a good bit of information. I'm curious to know about how it is that sometimes we can live in a place for months or years and never get round to the thing that our area is known for. We're always thinking of the sights beyond our own backyards. I'm always dreaming of the rock formations of Utah. My main computer screen is literally of Utah. So if you're having similar thoughts, I invite you to join me on this escapade. And it doesn't have to be walks, it can just be that random quirky thing unique to your area that you've always been meaning to do. White box walking track, 8.5 kilometers, 2 to 3 hours. Good looking trees. There are mine shafts around here, so don't go chasing mine shafts. Other than that, a pleasant stroll. I'll see you tomorrow. It's tomorrow, disguised as today. It's become apparent that this video is going to require a lot of petroleum. We have arrived. Sandy Creek Bridge Walk, Western Approach, roughly 7 kilometers, 2 hours. Dramatic shots of water. Oh my god, guys. It's a pelican. I switched to my phone and not even my phone can zoom. Look at him. I love pelicans. They're in my top 10 favorite animals. Come over here. Come closer. It's day 3. This is the part where I reveal these walks don't have to be hefty adventures, because we're still in town. Secretly sussing out if any of these walks could be suitable for a new running location for summer. This one's 3 kilometers. That sounds like a running distance. In just 3 days, I could already feel that the momentum of doing was having its impact. That perhaps the power is held in none other than the act of starting. It is time to enter the mystic realm, the secret dimension, the other side of the border, crossing state lines into New South Wales, where it is illegal to do a U-turn unless otherwise stated, where they like rugby just a little bit more than we do. And they have a cool bridge. 10 from 10. Would recommend. I've discovered something amazing. While I was double checking the legality of U-turns in New South Wales, Marketing of Potatoes Act 1946. It was illegal to purchase, sell or deliver more than 50 kilos of potatoes, unless you're an esteemed member of the Potato Corporation. This sounds made up. Suspected offenders could have their vehicles searched and be fined $2,000 or up to $5,000 for repeat potato traffickers. This remained law in Western Australia until May 2021. That was like yesterday. I'm not going to say that Western Australia is a bit behind, so I'm going to say nothing. I did just start walking the wrong way. I thought, wow, for a sculpture walk, there's not that many sculptures. I got about 400 meters in and then realized. God, I had no idea pelicans were going to be a theme of this video. Hey, buddy. still have a wide-angle lens, but at least he's closer. What a unit. I love how big they are.
It's messy.
Hell yes. This is the best one. Cookie butter! You guys. Look at you. I may also like kookaburras. Well, if you want to see some wildlife, you got turtles, you got fish, you got birds of every which way. And if you want to see some sculptures, did I read what any of the sculptures were about? No. But did I admire them? Yes. Just an observation, us peasants back over Victoria land, our athletics track is made of grass. Theirs is made of that cool rubber surface. I do like our athletics track though because there's hardly anybody ever there, so you can struggle to breathe in peace. Except for the time that somebody was there and they stole my jumper. We're mixing up today's walk by not walking. We're running! Guys, that was really weird. There was like a key fob scanny thing to get in, so I couldn't get in. I'm assuming that maybe you have to be like a member or something to use the track, which doesn't quite make sense because it's this beautiful athletics track that the general public can't use. But maybe that's why it looks so beautiful. There was also a giant fence around the entire place, so maybe that's another indication. Anyway, so now I'm back at my athletics track. Old Faithful, eh? Never lets you down. I haven't been running in about 6 months, so I still felt like going for a run. So we are here. Let's do this.
I tried not to go too hard on my first run. That was very doable. Hopefully I'm not sore tomorrow.
I'm sore. But a good kind of sore. You know the kind of sore when you know you haven't used some certain little muscles in a while? That kind of sore. One thing I'm noticing is, you know when you go to like a beachside town and you see all the locals going on their morning beach walks and everybody around you just feels really fit and healthy? It's the same kind of vibe here. Everybody just feels so outdoorsy, minus the salt. And I think that's a really healthy mindset to be a part of. I'm not very good at communicating my feelings on camera if it's anything other than happiness, positivity, and fun facts about the universe, so luckily there's nothing negative to report. 2 days to go, shall we? Something I've never done before while being here is leave my house and go for a walk around the block, which might sound strange to some people, but normally if I'm going to go for a walk, it's going to be a 4-day walk in the mountains. But that might change. I'm not going to take my camera on this one because you're allowed to know the town I live in, but not the street I live in. So I'll see you when I get back. Classic leave the house shot, has to come back inside to cut the camera. Turn this light off. Okay, for real this time. I swear the hardest thing about this sometimes is knowing where to park. Parking anxiety is real. Today's agenda, we have a waterfall, we have a summit, we have 34-degree temperatures, and we have lyrebirds. Lyrebirds to me always feel like this elusive animal that you're going to struggle to come across, but whenever you go to areas where they are at, you almost always see one, and yet it still feels really special every time you do see one. Does anyone else get that feeling when it comes to lyrebirds? If you're not from Australia, Well, you're in for a treat. Our backyards, those places we pass by without a second glance, they're the keepers of our unnoticed moments. By tapping into what is right before us, it allows us to rediscover the joy in the ordinary and restore our energy. The message here is not to give up on the places you want to go, both physical and metaphorical, but it's understanding that these familiar corners are the foundations of who we are. Figure out what it is you love most about your home. Take those best parts and bring them with you out into the world, on all your ventures, ones that involve walking and ones that don't.